Check it, ARV Nation. Damn, we got that one good. Today, what's in the box? Brad?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Okay, cool. Brad Pitt's gonna be thrown in there. Anyways. Just had to tell Brad, like, yo, Brad, what's up? Anyways, what is in the box? Well, guys,
Definitely not his wife's head.
it's not Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm so sorry. You officially know what's in the box. But anyways, something very special is in this box. It's tragic why I have this box, but it's beautiful. So here we go. All right, cool. So, as we can see from the top camera, here's the situation, all right? Timeout. Let's put this guy away real quick. I know, what's in the box. You kind of got a view up top. Here's the situation though. For most of you that saw a video that we made a few weeks ago, I believe it was episode 1 of the channel, I did an unboxing on a Mavic 2 Zoom. Came out, yeah, very much yay. So it came out in 2018. I got it after I lost my Mavic Air to a tragic pier incident that was completely my fault. By no means try to blame anybody or DJI or anything like that. So I went and I upgraded, got the Mavic 2 Zoom. I thought, why not? Step up my game, new tech, things of that nature. Well, let's see. Went testing. There's more footage from that than in future videos, but went to do some testing, playing around with it. Took it out over, I think the location was called Sandbridge, or anyways, it was south of my location here in Virginia Beach. And was taken for a flight, was using Waypoint, which is a great tool, great feature of the Mavic 2. And it was preparing to start the waypoint I'd set up. I'd set 2 points up the beach, facing some buildings to do a pano of the beachfront. And what happened? It went into the water. Yes, you heard that correctly. It was doing this, and then it did this. Into water. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So the Atlantic Ocean officially has 2 DJI drones. Mavic Air, that was completely my fault. I was being Top Gun with it, and I wasn't so Tom Cruise and slammed it into a damn pier. But the second one was not my fault. So, after much frustration and nearly jumping into extremely cold water to save it, but the wife talked me out of it so I wouldn't catch pneumonia over the drone, she convinced me to contact DJI because I was like not happy, obviously, whatsoever about the situation. But she said, contact DJI, of course, and just see what happens. So, of course, I started thinking, I understand that I bought a refurbished unit from expodrones.com, and that the DJI refresh plan or the care plan, one of the stipulations is when you have damage to a drone, you have to physically have it to be able to turn in and either get it repaired depending on what the damage is, or get a new one if they can't fix it. But you have to have it. Like, that's like, if you don't have it, you're not getting anything. So I didn't have it. The ocean had it. So I emailed DJI support, let them know that I was trying to figure out if there was any way to get a warranty coverage or a warranty claim, because this was not pilot error. I was literally using a feature built into their software with their drone in fine conditions. I wasn't like putting it through 100-mile-an-hour winds, and I sent it off. But curiosity got the best of me, so I went ahead and I started looking up forums on, just Google searches on what other people's experiences have been with malfunctioning DJI gear, specifically the drones. And I saw nightmare after nightmare after nightmare stories of DJI not, disputing the claim, saying that it wasn't their equipment, that, you're SOL, hearing that they offered people discounted prices, mind you, rather large discounted prices. Like, we're talking, they were being offered like 40-50% off of a drone, the same drone, not like any other kind, but the same drone they had before. But still, I mean, come on, you got flyaway or malfunctions and you're gonna cut me a deal? Like, no, that's not how this works. Just nightmare stories. Just nobody, I didn't find a single positive story except one on YouTube. Like, I was scouring for a couple hours and I found one on YouTube where another gentleman, I can't remember which drone it was. I think it might have been the Mavic Air, but he had some sort of issue, went through DJI, and they were going to send him a replacement. So I emailed DJI. They contacted me within 24 hours, telling me that they're going to make me a flyaway case and to wait for an email from that department to figure out what they needed from me. So they emailed me back. All they needed was all the flight data off of the phone that was stored through the DJI Go 4 app. So I sent them all the information. I sent them the story as to what happened. What was it? They also asked, like, did you try to prevent it? What were you trying to do to, mitigate the situation? And within 3 days, guys, DJI came back with an email response saying that based off of the flight data I sent them, it was a warranted flyaway situation and that they were going to give me a replacement drone, Mavic 2 Zoom, but it's a refurbished one. Now, I got no problems with that. Because that's what I bought, right? I bought it refurbished. So they're literally giving me back exactly what I bought. But when I just opened this box, it didn't look friendly. Like, I'm kind of like, what did I get? Now, I will give a huge shout out to DJI itself. The support team, phenomenal. Getting back to me right away. The second I responded with an email that wasn't anything about due process, but it was just a general question, they were back to me within a couple hours, if not immediately the next day. So huge shout out to DJI support team. They did really well handling me, and as far as just constant communication. But I just saw what was inside this box, and now we're going to get into it together. First thing I see in the box is an intelligent flight battery for the Mavic 2. Next thing, a set of blades in a Ziploc bag. Kind of whack, but as long as they work, I got no problem. It's not about the packages. It's about how it works. And what I'm assuming is the drone itself in a very hefty amount of bubble wrap. So
that's your hoagie.
I mean, that's the sandwich that Mom made.
These are your chips. That's your soda.
So we no longer need that box. First look, when... Yeah, it's not even taped shut.
I could have unrolled in the box.
So here's the situation. When they emailed me telling me that they were going to replace the drone, it had an itemized list. So it had 1 refurbished Mavic 2 Zoom, 1 intelligent flight battery, 2 clockwise blades, 2 counterclockwise blades. And that's it. That's what I lost. So I'm assuming I did lose. That's okay. We can make new stickers. This was my assumption. My assumption was that maybe somewhere in the DJI world, there was a box made to house a refurbished unit. Like, here it is. Put it in a nice DJI box. Because you've heard me say it a couple times. I'm always impressed with how DJI boxes its stuff. It looks really clean, real nice, just the clean white box with the display of the item in it. It looks crisp. It looks very nice. This, though, I feel like they were just kind of like, yeah, it was our fault, here's your crap. So I'm hoping when I unravel this non-taped shut bubble wrap that I expect this to be the same caliber as the other refurbished unit. Because remember, my concerns when I did that video was, the refurbished program that I read when I bought that one was that nothing's been damaged, nothing's been flown. It's simply a returned item that officially becomes refurbished. It's no longer brand new, so it goes under the refurbished tab, so on and so forth. This looks refurbished, real refurbished. So I'm wondering, did this see flight? Was this involved in a crash? So let's see what's underneath this bubble wrap. We'll leave that for last, though.
What if when you unrolled that, it was just a picture of the DJI crew flipping you off? Like,
here's your drone. They went to the Atlantic Ocean and grabbed my drone.
There's still water in it?
Yeah. Here's the flight battery. They're not cheap by any means. Well, it opens real fancy. That's sweet. Anyways, Mavic 2 Intelligence. And there it is. We have the battery. Has the little tab. Boom. So this is obviously brand new. So I got no worries about this. Now the blades inside the sandwich bag. I don't know, they make sleeves for these. You guys saw in the other video, they make like a nice little plastic sealed, sticky, it looks good, it looks nice. They threw me a plastic sandwich bag. So here's your stuff. But hey, you know what? It's okay. It's okay. Because remember, as long as they're not busted and they work and I have what I need, I'm okay with that. But I will be honest with you right now, seeing how they came, I'm probably gonna go and use the ones that came with my Flymore kit because I knew they were brand new and in a nice little carton. So these might become my spares. But what I'll end up doing is I'll probably just end up comparing them side by side with the other ones and making sure that maybe they just, you know, they don't have like a grab basket, like, oh, clockwise and counterclockwise. We got a refurbish unit!
Okay, well, you don't want to. If they were
If they can't handle that, we got bigger problems, folks.
You never
Okay?
know.
So of course we've got the identifying rings, 2 silver rings, and then non-coated or colored rings. So that just lets you know where they go and how they operate. So we've got the 2 as prescribed in the itemized listing from DJI's. So it's definitely a hefty amount of bubble wrap. Like this thing is definitely protected, I have no doubt. So then there's that set of bubble wrap. Then there's like a pouch, a little bag. I got to be careful because the little motor axles there were kind of poked through the bag. Don't want to pull it out and break them. Let's take a look at the very first opinion here. Looks good. I don't see any kind of damage, nothing. But let's get a little bit more into it.
I don't know.
First things first is, this has been a common problem even with the brand new ones in the box. I noticed it with mine. And it has been a common complaint with some of the other YouTube channels that have talked about it. This just comes undone so easily. So it's like, really, what protection is it offering? It's there to protect it, but if this comes unlatched and it starts jarring around, right? Let's go ahead and pull the gimbal casing off, make sure that the camera itself looks fine. And it does. I see no issues with the gimbal whatsoever. So I am happy with that. Here in the back, we have the protective cover on the upward sensor. We have a little intake. Looks like most of the covers are present, and really the ones that aren't, I'm not overly concerned with them, so I'm okay with that. All the other cameras look fine. I've got no issues thus far. We still have the stickers here. I don't know. Maybe how they utilize these boxes, maybe they strip them for parts, if you will. Like maybe something comes in, they just need the remote, so they pull the remote out of this thing and then it doesn't have a box no more. So go ahead. Always remember to undo your, to remove the plastic housing so you don't have any issues with the gimbal trying to calibrate. So you just slide the battery in, push it down and you're good. Turn this so you guys get a view of the gimbal doing its thing. Now, one thing that will probably happen, but I don't know, I've never had, I've never had a drone, from a different, serial number versus a controller from something else. So we'll see, will the controller pick it up right away or not? All right, so it's calibrating. It calibrated just fine. Now let's see if it'll connect to the remote. Otherwise, there is the pairing feature on the side of the body, so that wouldn't be an issue if it doesn't pair. I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't. So it's not. So what we're gonna do is, gonna go ahead, expose this, and so it might need the phone itself, because the phone actually has like the connecting instructions, and then you hit the link button on the phone, the smart device, and then it makes the controller do everything like that. So that is most likely the case here. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. All I know is that, again, now that I've pulled it out of the box and I've seen its quality, I'm gonna just give it out to DJI again. Do I think that the approach is concerning? Yes. I opened the box, I expected there to be just a small, just a thin box, just something the size of the drone itself, because all we're doing is propellers, intelligent flight battery. You could literally package this up as is without the requirement of having to do anything else to it. So I think they could have easily had these, like I said, inside the little cartons that they come in with the Fly More kit, right? So you'll just have 2 little cartons, clockwise, counterclockwise, and then literally the drone itself is, you know, so little considering what it is that you just have a box. Literally, that's it. That's your box. It just has to fit this unit by itself with a little pocket on either side or both on one side with just the blades on it. And now you have a much more comforting approach when it comes to, you know, giving somebody a replacement. But like I said, I don't know how they handle these kinds of things. These things might come off of a market or, you know, some, you know, box that was damaged that somebody brought back, or maybe a shipment got wet and the boxes were damaged, so they pulled the unit out. It's fine, cool. But the fact that it's absent a battery, it makes me wonder about the unit. So I'm definitely going to be testing this out thoroughly,
Not over water.
just to make sure that everything's good. And yes, I'm going to let you guys know right now, unless you're paying me an absurd amount of money and there's like a 30 or 40% initial down, you know, deposit on the job so that I could buy a new one of these if it dunks itself again into the ocean. Me flying over water, no. I'll film the water, but it'll be over dry land. Because the next time one of these things, because let's face it, guys, no way, shape, or form do I feel that this signifies a lack in quality from DJI. They have top quality stuff. Perfect example, this is the first unboxing we're doing utilizing the DJI Osmo Pocket. Our vlogging setup, we are actually using our vlogging setup for its intended purpose right now with the DJI product, associated with its other accessories by multiple companies that so far we're very impressed with. Everything's working really nice. It's still portable and great. Here we are talking about DJI again with their refurbished products. This qualifies as a refurbished product. Its history, I don't know, but their product support, their tech support, responsive, and they took care of me. For all the other individuals out there who have had like nightmare stories, I am sorry. Honestly, when it comes to these kinds of things, you really have to take a step back and realize, what is it that you did? Because I started questioning myself. When I sent the initial message off to DJI, I thought, man, what did I do? What, like, did I push something? Did I have it up in conditions that weren't, you know, ideal? But I couldn't figure it out. My wife was baffled. Like, we just didn't know what the heck happened. And I'll tell you what, a company is meant to make money. So if there was any way, shape, or form that this company could have denied this claim and been like, nope, it was your fault, we're not helping you at all, it's not covered under warranty, I'm pretty sure they would have. They would have found the flight data, looked at it, and said, no, this is what happened, that's under your issue, that's a user error, and we're not covering it under warranty. And honestly, you gotta take it, and you just gotta deal with it. I mean, at the end of the day, companies are here to make money. So unless there's irrefutable evidence, which apparently there was in my case, they're not gonna just bend over and be like, oh cool, here's this $1,500 item because yours dunked into an ocean or flew off into the horizon and didn't come back. Like, it could literally be anything. So huge props to DJI and their tech team for handling this and just, you know, replacing the issue and letting me know that it was in fact their gear. So this pretty much concludes the video.
One complaint I have is I want to know the history of my drone. Show me the drone facts. Not worth it?
Drone facts.
Show me the drone facts.
But it's not going to be the fox like the car fox guy. It's going to be like Tails from Sonic because he can fly. So he's just going, no, the drone facts. I like that. Drone facts. Send it. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching this episode. I'm glad you guys came in. You found out what was in the box, Brad.
What's in the box?
I don't know. Did I put some there? We don't know. We'll see afterwards, right? Thanks for watching, guys.